Рисаюся. Господи, боже мой.
速やかに非常階段で4階以上へ避難してください。
Russia's land of fire and ice was largely spared by the nearby earthquake and tsunami. A powerful earthquake struck Wednesday off Russia's far east coast, flooding a fishing port with waves from a tsunami, cutting power to a few areas and sending some panicked residents fleeing buildings, but causing only a few injuries. Regional authorities say they were prepared for the 8.8 magnitude quake and the subsequent waves, and moved quickly to keep residents safe. They introduced a state of emergency in some areas, but said there was no major damage. In the aftermath of the powerful 8.8 magnitude earthquake off Russia's Kamchatka peninsula, the region, often called the land of fire and ice, was largely spared from catastrophic damage, but the danger is far from over. Aftershocks, some reaching magnitude 6 or higher, continue to rattle the area, posing a serious risk of secondary landslides and structural collapse. Authorities have also raised concerns about renewed volcanic activity, particularly from Mount Klyuchevskoy, which has shown signs of increased seismic unrest and lava emissions. The threat of further tsunamis, especially in low-lying coastal zones, remains active due to underwater shifts triggered by aftershocks. Residents in Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands are urged to stay alert. Do not return to evacuated coastal areas until official clearance is given. Monitor emergency broadcasts for updates on volcanic and tsunami alerts. Prepare emergency kits with water, food, flashlights, radios, and respiratory masks in case of ash fallout. If you see smoke, feel rumbling, or hear explosive sounds near volcanoes, evacuate uphill immediately. Keep a safe distance of at least 2 kilometers from any active volcanic zone. Stay calm but vigilant. This is a critical window where caution can save lives. Here is what to know about the Russian areas hit by the quake and tsunami. Dubbed the land of fire and ice, Kamchatka is one of the most active volcanic regions on Earth. It has about 300 volcanoes, with 29 of them still active. According to NASA's Earth Observatory, quakes and tsunamis regularly strike the peninsula that lies close to an ocean trench where 2 tectonic plates meet. The 200 kilometer, 750-mile-long peninsula, 9 time zones east of Moscow, faces the Pacific Ocean on its east and the Sea of Okhotsk along its west coast. Kamchatka and a few nearby islands have a population of about 290,000, with about 162,000 of them living in the regional capital of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, in Avacha Bay on the peninsula's southeast.
остаешься? Господи, боже мой!
There are few roads on the peninsula, and helicopters are the only way to reach most areas. Fishing is the main economic activity. A major base for Russian nuclear submarines is located in Avacha Bay. The tallest volcano is Kluchevskaya Sopka, 450 meters or 15 to 584 feet. The largest active volcano in the northern hemisphere. Observers heard explosions and saw streams of lava on its western slopes. According to the Kamchatka branch of the Russian Academy of Sciences Geophysical Service, scientists have anticipated the eruption for some time, with the volcano's crater filling with lava for weeks and the mountain emitting plumes of ash. It last erupted in 2023. The four volcanic islands, known in Russia as the Kurils, stretch between Kamchatka and the Japanese island of Hokkaido. The islands were captured by the Soviet Union from Japan in the closing days of World War II. Japan asserts territorial rights to the islands it calls the Northern Territories, and the dispute has kept the countries from signing a peace treaty. The islands have a population of about 20,000, and the local economy is based on fishing. The Russian military has bolstered its presence in the area, refurbishing a Soviet-era airbase and other outposts. The authorities on Kamchatka and the Kurils said they have been prepared for a major quake for a long time and acted quickly to protect the population. The 8.8 magnitude quake centered about 120 kilometers, 75 miles from Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, struck at 11:24 a.m. local time, 23:24 GMT Tuesday, 7:24 p.m. EDT Tuesday, at a depth of about 21 kilometers, 13 miles. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, multiple aftershocks as strong as 6.9 magnitude followed. The earthquake appeared to be the strongest on record since the 9.1 magnitude earthquake off northeastern Japan in March 2011 that caused a massive tsunami. Only a few stronger earthquakes have ever been measured anywhere. Regional authorities on Kamchatka said several people were injured, but they didn't elaborate. Regional Health Department Chief Oleg Melnikov, a few injuries occurred during evacuations, including a hospital patient injured while jumping out of a window. All were in satisfactory condition, he said. Video from Russian media showed doctors on Kamchatka holding a patient and medical equipment as an operating room shook during surgery. The quake damaged a kindergarten in Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky, but no children were in the building, which was closed for renovation. Municipal workers inspected about 600 apartment buildings and said no evacuations were needed. Petropavlovsk, Kamchatsky was protected from big tsunami waves by its location on Avacha Bay. Emergency workers evacuated about 60 tourists from a beach of black volcanic sand on the Pacific side. Tsunami waves could have been as high as 10 to 15 meters, 30 to 50 feet in some sections of the Kamchatka coast. Russia's Oceanology Institute said, noting the biggest were under 6 meters, about 1 or 2 feet, near populated areas of the peninsula and the nearby Kuril Islands. Authorities in Severokurilsk, the Kurils' main city, evacuated residents from danger areas to deeper inland. Severokurilsk. Mayor Alexander Ovsyannikov said tsunami waves flooded the fishing port, along with a fish factory, and swept fishing boats out to sea. Power was cut by the flooding, with authorities inspecting the damage. Tourists sailing in the Sea of Okhotsk off the Kurils watched as a group of sea lions jumped en masse from a rocky outcropping on Antsiferov Island and swam away as the quake hit, a tour guide said. The sea lions seemed very scared and a terrible rumble began, said tour organizer Alexander Bogoslavsky. adding that all the tourists were safe from the effects of the quake and tsunami. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov noted the quake warnings were issued in a timely fashion. People were evacuated quickly, and buildings withstood the shocks.